What's up, Buttercup? I'm Pam Barnes, marketing expert.
And I'm Hannah Cox, business strategist.
And this is the Go Getter Gals podcast,
where everyday gals grow together and you'll find resources to help you grow personally and professionally.
Hello, everybody. My name is Pam Barnes. I am one of the hosts at the Go Getter Gals, Everyday Gals Growing Together podcast. And today we have Miss Kim. She is a beautiful individual inside and out. She owns a local photography studio that does some pretty beautiful photography. And she's got a new twist on boudoir, which is quite interesting. So I'd love for her to share that. And we're just going to basically interview her and show you ladies that this is, again, just everyday gals growing together, true life stories, just to make you feel like you're not alone in the world, right? So here is the beginning. We're going to just shoot right in.
All righty, let's do it.
Miss Kim,
Yeah.
How long have you been in business?
Okay, I had to sit down and think about this morning, and I started charging for my photography in 2017. So that's like 8 years, but I've been photographing for several years before that. So like 11 or 12 years, just understanding photography, but it's been about 8 years doing it professionally. I consider professional when you're actually charging. And so, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yay. Okay. So what made you get into photography? There's the word, photography.
Yeah. Okay, so before I knew anything about photography, I had a vintage clothing business. And
interesting.
Yeah. And so it was mostly on Etsy. I was on Etsy for a long time, and I had this girl, her name is Piper, that was modeling for me, and we had quite the following. People were buying from me, designers and such from all over the world, from Japan to just everywhere. And, but a lot of what I had to do was photograph her in the clothing. And I found that I really liked the photography part. And it's another creative outlet. And I got excited every time, we had a photo shoot, coming up with ideas and concepts, and it would grab people's attention. And so that's how I got into it.
I love that you said that. It excited you.
Oh, girl. You know what I've noticed? That it's not, for me, and I think it's like this with a lot of people, it's not so much about the photography, it's about the whole creative process. No matter what it is. It could be anything from painting to putting outfits together to decorating your home. It's about the creative process that's exciting. So for me it is, and I know there's a lot of other people like that as well.
Okay.
So
do you contribute your success to the reason why? One of the reasons why is because you love what you do.
Yes.
Yeah?
I do. Yes. Something is going to be short-lived if you don't, for me anyway, if you don't enjoy it. You can make a lot of money at it, you can follow through at it, but it doesn't feed your soul.
I like that. Feed your soul.
Yeah, it really does not. I look for things that feed my soul, it's a reason to get up in the morning. And that is the way that I go about it. So
Okay. So we are going to actually do something real fun here. We are going to talk about, and to lighten down the load a little bit, and ask about girl math. As women, we all have these like fun little things that we do that's just girl math, where we're like, okay, if I do this, then it equals to this, and then I can justify my decision. So do you got any fun girl math things that you do?
I do. I had to think about this. We had a little discussion about it. And so, I mean, I guess I do more girl math than I realize, but okay.
Right. And we're allowed to do that because it's called girl math.
Right. Of course. So one of my things is, okay, I mentioned the vintage clothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to thrift a lot. I still do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of, it's a high to me. It's exciting. You're looking for something. But anyway, I would go out and I would find all these cool clothes, and I didn't pay a lot for them. And it was my way of justifying why I could go shopping. Does that make sense? Because I wasn't spending a lot of money and I was shopping. So that's okay. That's my girl math. Because I didn't spend a lot.
Right.
You know?
And it's your outlet, right? It's a little thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It is. It's almost like a creative, exciting process of looking. I can put this together with this. These colors would look so good together.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something about that is just really exciting to me. So.
Right. I think there's a lot of women listening to this that are like, yeah, it's on sale, so I can go buy it. It's on sale. I've wanted it for a while. So now I can justify buying it.
Yes, exactly. There's my opportunity to go buy it now. So, yep, for sure.
I love that. I love that. One of mine is if I have cash in my wallet, that I didn't expect to have, just, somebody gave me cash. I have clients and they'll pay me cash sometimes. I will go to a more expensive restaurant to eat because I have cash, right? It's not going to hit my bank account. So it's like free money. Not that it's free money, but you know what I mean? Like I can justify spending it because it's something in my wallet versus it's in the bank account and it's going to hit because, you got to pay your bills first, right?
And how many of us actually have cash in our wallet these days?
Oh, right.
Because I have my card. That's what I'm taking out all the time. And so it is kind of like free money because how often do we even have actual cash?
Yes. I hope you enjoyed that little segment. And please, in the comments, share your girl math because we need to have these moments. We got to have those things that just fuel us and make us feel a little good. And we have an outlet to get some of the stress out from our day-to-day life.
Yeah. We all do it in different ways, whether we realize it or not. We do.
Yes. Here's another question. What's a moment? Here we go, ladies. I'll get my words together. What's a moment you realized you were stronger than you thought?
Oh, girl. Okay. That is the only question I skipped over when I was thinking about that because I'm thinking, I don't know.
I love that.
Let me say that I didn't know if it was more like business related or life related or just anything. I wasn't sure.
It can be either.
Really?
Yeah, it could be either. So here's one for me. You want to share one of mine?
Yeah.
Okay. I had a hard time in school. I was not a good study person, and my grades, I was a BC average for the most part. And I worked really hard to get that BC average in a lot of cases. Right. And so to me, I thought I wasn't smart. And I kind of beat myself up about that. And I felt weak. I felt almost pathetic in a way. I know that sounds so negative, but I joined the military. And they hand you a book in the military, right? When you're at boot camp, they hand you a book and they tell you to study it. They don't give you any curriculum. They said, you have to learn this book because we're going to test you on it. Right. And of course I freaked out because I'm like, I am not smart. Like I cannot do this. But let me tell you, I dove into that book so hard that I scored the highest out of everyone, That's first amazing. Test that we took. Right. And that was that moment that I realized that I'm stronger than I realized, that I can do anything I put my mind to. Right. Kind of thing.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it's so exciting. So I like to share real life stories of just, what are those moments in your life that you thought it was one way?
Yeah. Well, okay. Thank you for giving me that example because it kind of jogged my memory. Okay, so my husband and I in February will be married 29 years.
Woo!
I know. I'm giving away my age there a little bit.
Oh, we won't do the math.
Thank you. Anyway, y'all, marriage isn't easy. And we've been through counseling a handful of times, and we have been down so many different pathways and challenges and raising kids. And I have two daughters that one's 23 and one's 17 now. But let me tell you, Lord have mercy, it has not been easy. Oh my gosh. I can't even believe I'm talking about this now because it almost brings me to tears.
But see, that's what this podcast is all about. It's everyday gals growing together. And I don't want you to cry if it makes you uncomfortable.
No, it's not that it makes me uncomfortable. I'm pretty much an open book. I don't really hide anything, but I'm just telling you that and by the way, Dwayne, my husband, is a wonderful person. We're very different in our perspectives or our ideologies on life. We've had to come together in many ways to understand each other, but a lot of this has to do with raising kids as well. We have different ideas about what's right and what isn't, and that has been, we have held on. We've held on. You know, I'm stronger than I thought I was. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because marriage will challenge you.
Oh my gosh. Anybody that says it's not a challenge, you haven't been married long enough.
Ain't that the truth? Or you're married to Prince Charming and you were the lucky one.
For real.
Not that they're not all Prince Charming. I mean, I've been married 16 years and I love my man to pieces, but I get it. And I know I'm challenging for him too. Like it's a two-way street.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've been down trying to change my husband into what I thought he should be. You can't go into marriage thinking you're going to change somebody. I was such a idiot for thinking that. I didn't know. I didn't know. I was naive, just ignorant to so many things. And wow, I've learned a lot. I think we all do if we want to stay in the game with the same person.
Oh yeah.
If they're worth staying in the game for, and Dwayne has been worth staying in the game for. As we speak, he's building me a photography studio on our property. He's doing it on his own.
And that's amazing. That's love right there. Because
He's
building
a good
anything
person.
is confusing
I
and
can't
hard.
do it. That's his thing. He likes it, you know, but he's a good person. We wouldn't be married if he wasn't, and vice versa. I do try my best.
Right. I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
So let's go into another question. What's a risk you've taken that helped your business grow?
I'll tell you one of the, during COVID, we were getting together. It was a group of photographers from all around the United States. There were only 5 of us that would get on a Zoom, and we were finding ways to support each other and still make money at our business. And I met a lady, she lived just outside Washington, D.C., and she was photographing women over 50. And she was really successful at it. And I had heard about it, but it struck, I needed butts in seats, booties in seats. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to try this. And I bought a program that allowed me to understand how to market to women over 50. I am a woman over 50, but there's a lot more business that goes on with this, then people may understand, and how to promote, how to, well, I already said that, but there's just a lot that goes behind the scenes. And so it has been the best risk that I took business wise because it's different. You know,
It is.
you're talking to women over 50. I mean, it's kind of like a demographic of the population that we kind of forget about. And it empowers them. And it gave me more of a voice in the photography world.
It's very niche.
It is very niche, but it is a good niche.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
most
You
definitely.
know, yeah, it's been really cool. Amazing women that I've met, just the coolest women. So,
Right. I love that. We all have a story to tell.
oh, absolutely. There has been women that have come in everywhere from judges, doctors, all the way down, not down, all the way next to women who are grandmothers taking care of their children, their grandchildren, because they have to. There was no other way to take care of these, to protect their children. And so just the coolest, strongest, most amazing people that I've met.
Now, I talked about earlier about the burlesque kind of thing. So you were talking about how you empower these women in these photos. So how do you do that in a burlesque but very fancy, clean kind of way? I don't think those are the right words. So I'm going to let you explain it. Could you share that?
It's not really this risque type of, you know, their booties, you know, it's like you're hinting at things. So maybe there's a little bit of cleavage, or your shoulder is dropped, or there's just a sheet wrapped around you. So if, you know, especially women don't like their stomachs sometimes, or they don't like their, you know, where our bodies change. And so it's like a clean, modern, there's not a lot of accessories and what do you call it, little things that you put in photography. It's a very clean, minimal look. And it's a hint of things, and not all in your face risque.
It's nice.
Yeah, I'm more drawn to that. It's just more my style. And so I wouldn't even say it's burlesque. It's like it's called the Saturday morning with a sheet around you type of look.
Okay.
So if that makes sense.
It does. It does. See, when I hear the word burlesque and I hear, you know, sexy photography and stuff like that, I think I'm going to have to show things that I don't want to show. But it's
like
very
that at all.
interesting that you bring a different perspective in there.
Yeah. It's not, you're not, well, first off, before a woman even comes in for the session, we're having a consultation and we're planning her session. So I want to know who she is and what she's comfortable with and what her vision is, if she has one. And so I already know when we're going into the session what she wants. And if she did want a risque type of look, I'm probably not the best person for that, because I don't want to do that. It doesn't represent what I'm good at. And so it's more about the beauty, the femininity of being a woman in a subtle way, I guess.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. We all deserve to have that space and time to feel that way about ourselves, because a lot of women these days, even me, I'll look at myself in the mirror sometimes and I'll be like, man.
We all do it.
We all do it.
Yes, we do. We sure do. Women are so hard on themselves, And especially in today where there's a social media aspect,
Mm-hmm.
comparing yourselves to others, constantly comparing yourselves to others, it can be really brutal if you don't watch what you're thinking and what you're doing.
Yes.
And you have to be literal. You have to really notice what you're doing, your thoughts and such.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love it. Yeah, we need to be kinder to ourselves.
Oh my gosh.
And that's kind of what this podcast is all about. Again, it's everyday gals because we are everyday gals.
Absolutely.
And we all have a story to tell. We all have a journey to lead.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah,
so
yeah, for sure. Everyone has a story.
Yes.
And people may think that they aren't interesting and they don't have a story. Trust me, they do.
Yes, exactly. Hey gals, if you love what you're hearing and you want to get more involved, because trust me, I love Go Getter Gals. I'm obsessed with it. If you love this podcast as much as we do, all you have to do is go on our Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, and we're under Go-Getter Gals. We are going to have all of our episodes on the podcast link on our website at go-gettergals.com. Thank you for allowing me to interrupt for just a second. We look forward to continuing to help you grow. Without further ado, here's the Go Getter Gals podcast. Okay, so here is another one. What do you wish more women felt safe talking about?
Okay, so I had to think about this a bit. You know what? There is not specifically one thing, but I can say that I like people who are vulnerable and open and are okay talking about within reason, unless you really want to keep it private. I don't want to see the superficial person. I want to know who you are. And so when somebody is vulnerable and open about who they are and their challenges, that's what I like women thinking about or talking about, no matter what it is. It can be anything from, challenges with your children, to illnesses. I don't know, anything, because listen, we all have issues. We all have problems. We don't see what goes on behind somebody else's doors. But trust me, there's a challenge going on with everybody. It doesn't matter how much money you have, how famous you are, or how not famous you are. We're human. And since we're human, we all have challenges. And it's about being vulnerable and open and being who you are and not hiding under some facade.
Superficial facade.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we do that.
Oh,
we do it.
I watch people do it all the time, but it leaves me wondering, well, who are they really? I feel like I can't trust them or something because I don't really know who they are, and so, yeah.
I think that's beautiful. You actually had me tearing up because, again, that's what Go Getter Gals is about, is helping women show up in the world as their true and authentic selves and not apologizing for it.
Right. There you go.
Like that's what it is.
Yeah. I believe being authentic speaks much more to people than showing up with a facade. People see it and they feel it. Whether you realize it or not, most people see beyond that.
So. Right. And it's okay to talk about things that aren't so light and fluffy. You can talk about heavy topics. You can talk about how hard it is. Like you said with your kids, being a mom these days, I don't know about you ladies, but it is hard.
It's so hard.
It is hard.
It's hard. It's really hard in today's society.
Yeah, everything's getting just expensive.
Yeah,
And I worry every day about my kids. I'm like,
I thought about
how
that
can I
too.
set them up for success?
I know. I've thought about that too, and I feel like you can give kids tips and kind of push them in the right direction. But I found that if you tell kids this is what you need to do, they probably won't do it. I
Yeah,
don't know. Every child is different, but that's the way my girls are. They're going to do what they want to do. But
that's my
so
girl.
you kind of love them and like, well, maybe you could do that. Suggest things, but don't say you should do that. You need to do that.
Mm,
Um, Throw away a lot of expectations from when they're younger. You think my child is going to be this way. It's like, oh,
right?
they'll fool you. Just wait, they'll fool you. They're not. I don't know if fool you is right, but they will show you that that's not what they wanted, and they'll
Mm-hmm.
they're their own people.
Right. Yes.
You know.
Yes. Most definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. It's
Yeah.
so exciting. I mean, it's exciting and it's scary and it's just all the things. And I wish that we as moms shared a little bit more of that. I think that's mine. It's just kind of just being honest with ourselves that in today's society, it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, in any society, please understand, in any society,
Yeah.
raising two little kids, or however many. There was one lady that we interviewed last week that has 10. She birthed
Really.
10
She
kids.
birthed.
Yes, birthed 10 kids. I'm like, you are already a superwoman. Like, wow.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But anyways, it doesn't matter how many you have. It's your responsibility to set them up right. And it's just scary.
Yes,
It's
it
just scary.
is. It is scary and it's stressful
Yes.
too. So I think we all have our superpowers, and
Mm.
when someone births 10 children, it's almost like that's their superpower, or they love having children, or maybe carrying babies or something.
Yeah.
And me, I mean, we're all different,
Yep.
you know.
Yep. 2 and done for me.
Same here.
Yeah, I was
Same
ready.
here.
I was like, I'm out.
And I know, I'm the same way. I didn't have my second child till I was 41 years old. So I
Oh.
had to be done. I mean, yeah, I was done. So
I love that. I love that. Again, and we're going to ask a question later. Woo, there's more words that really kind of talks about the differences in women, and you're going to hear different answers, and I love it. But here's another question, and I really like this one. What advice would you give someone who does what you do, that are starting out? What is it that you wish you would have gotten in advice that you can give them?
Okay. I could teach a class on this.
Oh, maybe you should.
I'm open. Here's the deal. Running a photography business is more about the business than it is about photography. I got into it thinking I like to be creative. I like people. But you learn really fast that if you want to be sustainable and make a livable wage, you have to understand what you need to charge, how you're spending your time. And I'm trying to think now. I got a little bit off track there. It's just more about how you're set up, what you're doing with your time, and doing a cost of doing business to understand what you have to charge and such. And so I spend very little time photographing. I love that part. That's my favorite part, is photographing and coming up with ideas. I spend very little time doing that, honestly. Maybe 15% of the time. The rest of the time is about marketing, all of the business under the stuff that you don't see in the background. You have to, if you want to do this and make it successful, there's so many other aspects of it than just photographing people if you want to do it and be successful at it. Yeah, there's a lot of photographers I see online that are offering mini sessions for $95 or, and they're treating it more like a commodity and running three people through a line. If that's the way you want to do it, that's fine. But I found that you're working twice as hard, and it's much to be sustainable, investing in relationships with people.
Yes.
People coming back even every couple of years for sessions is much more sustainable than constantly finding more people and treating it like a commodity, like it's a candy bar that's $1. You're getting more. That for me has not been a sustainable way. So clients that I have since 2017 have been people that have come back every couple of years. Yes, you do invest more, but I know who you are and you're getting amazing images. I know the personalities of these people and what they like, what they don't like. And it's just, and I'm able to serve them in a much more successful way. And so it's just it's for me, it's been a much more, I'm trying to think of the right word. It's been satisfying, but also I've just found it to work better for my business. And I want people to take me seriously as an artist and a business person. I don't want to just keep running through people.
I like that. That is definitely part of your brand. That is your yeah. That
See,
is.
I don't even know. All I know, I just put out there. I decided what I want to do, and I put it out there. I don't really know what people are thinking, but listen, I'll tell you that 75% of the people that inquire don't book with me. They don't book with me because they're looking for something cheap and fast. Okay?
Right.
If you want something cheap and fast, unless it's a headshot, something like that, I may not be the right person for you, because it's not also that I'm photographing you and spending more time with you, but a lot of times it's about printed work, about having art in your home of you and your kids, your family. It's heirloom quality canvases and papers. I'm creating art for you. I only work with labs that work with professional photographers. You're getting the best when you come to me. You're not getting something that hasn't been really well thought out, I guess.
Yeah.
Would be a way to describe it.
I think that's really good advice. Defining who you are, what you stand for, and then understanding how business works.
Right. You'll find that in this field, you'll get burned out really fast if you don't come up with a business plan that is sustainable and will make you the income that you need to keep going. You'll just burn out. I mean, I would. I don't know about other people, but it just gets tiring after several years.
Right.
So,
no, I get it. I've experienced burnout in my career.
Right.
And I do marketing, so I get it completely. You got to do what you love.
Yeah.
And you got to know your worth. And that is one of the reasons why we do the podcast and we interview everyday gals, because you hear it from more than just me and Hannah.
Right.
You hear it from everyday gals saying, you got to know your worth, ladies.
Oh, yeah. You do. And you know what I've found in the photography field? There are a lot of people that do not know their worth. They are not comfortable charging their worth and taking the efforts and to create a sustainable business. I don't know if they don't know how, they don't want to go through all the steps, or if they're just looking for something that's like fly by night. But if you want to do this the right way, it's a business.
Right.
You're paying taxes. There's a lot of things behind the scenes that people don't realize.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yes, yes.
yeah, there you go.
No, I love it. I love it. I love it. I hope any photographers or future photographers listening to this really take that advice, because it's universal anywhere in any business. You got to know your worth.
Yeah, absolutely. You do have to know your worth, because if you don't, there's a possibility that you'll just be walked all over, taken advantage of.
There's a really good quote, and I hope you guys take this to heart. There's a really good quote out there. I don't remember who says it, but he says, if you do not tell people who you are, the world is going to tell you who you are.
Go. That's so good.
Mm.
That is so good. You have to decide what you want to be, the type of person you want to be, what you want to stand for. Don't be wishy-washy.
Right. Right.
Yeah. I mean, I think we all figure that out in life after we've been walked on so many times and beat up.
Right.
Because we all have been beat up,
Mm-hmm.
and we got to get a spine.
Yeah, we do, don't we?
Yeah, it sounds kind of cliche, but I mean,
right.
It's true.
Well, I think we've come to the end of it, but I have one really good question. And this is the question we ask everyone that we interview. Me and Hannah answered this question. And this is where you really define, like, what makes you different in this? Like, everybody's so different. And the question is, what does legacy mean to you?
Mm-hmm. So I looked up legacy. I know what it means, just the general definition, but I'll tell you what it means to me ultimately is it always comes back to my girls and family and helping them to know that they can be anything that they want to be. And I hope that I am being an example of that to them, of doing what you want to do. And I'm doing it well and trying different things and not limiting yourself. My daughter just got her personal training license this past weekend. She just had a baby 2 months ago, something that she wanted to do, and she went for it. And there's just little things like that. I want my daughters to know. I want to leave that legacy of them understanding that they are strong women and that they can do what they want to do, and that not to let anybody push them down. That's the first thing that came to my mind. But also I want all women to know that, especially after 50, that you don't have to disappear to keep going. That's what makes life so interesting. And trying different things, and don't think that just because you're well into middle age that it's the end of your life, because it's not. Make your life interesting, make it fun, don't limit yourself.
That was beautiful. I think that's the perfect way to end it. Bye.
Hey gals, thank you for listening to the Go Getter Gal podcast. All of the information for this episode can be found in the show notes. Make sure that you go and like and follow us on Facebook and Instagram, as well as subscribe to us on YouTube. And to find the latest episodes of the Go Getter Gal podcast, you can visit our website at go-gettergals.com. See you next time.